Good morning, everybody. Dave and Callie Show. Welcome back to the show. And I'm really frustrated this morning. I was watching this thing on the Jan 6 committee. And, when I think about it, our government, we're supposed to be able to trust them. The people that we supposedly elect and put in the office, that they wouldn't, stoop to manipulating things. Now, this Jan 6 committee, I hear rumors of them cutting parts or portions out of videos that they're using for evidence, and so that it kind of changes the light of what's going on in the video rather than showing it in its whole entirety. So they can say, well, we didn't modify it, they just didn't show parts of it that would have an effect. And I'm saying, this is our government. We elect them, and we're supposed to be able to trust them that they would do the right thing, because after all, they're supposed to be doing our bidding, not their own agenda. And obviously, it's gotten out of hand. Barry Loudermilk of Georgia came under attack this week. And I saw this article over on Justin News. Check this little clip out. See what you think.
About him. Joining us right now from the great state of Georgia is Congressman Barry Loudermilk. Congressman, great to have you on.
Well, it's good to be with you, John. Amanda, thanks for taking time to actually cover this. As you said, that many have decided not to. Everyone covered it when they made the false allegations. You couldn't escape it. For days, I was the top news item. Yeah. But now it seems to be that there is a snooze fest going on. So I appreciate you taking the time to cover this.
The idea that there were a group of Democrats trying to portray you as some form of an insurrectionist, how did you tolerate that? How did you get through that period of time?
Well, it was tough because, first of all, the way I found out about it was driving to the airport at the end of the week to fly back home to Georgia when my wife looks on her phone and says, oh my goodness, the January 6th committee is coming after you. They sent a letter to the press, not to me, to the press. And so I found out about it as I'm getting on a flight and I'm flying home, and I'm seeing my face pop up on television screens all over the airplane, referring to me as some kind of evil conspirator. And I mean, is that the way that you actually try to get to the truth of something? Any investigator, if they want to talk to someone, they go talk to them. But this committee, they didn't come to me. They didn't make a phone call. Some of them even have my cell phone number. No, they send a letter to the press, which I still have not even received a copy of the letter in my office or on email at all. So I knew they weren't out for the truth. They're trying to push a narrative, and I believe the truth ought to be known. So we pushed back and we said, let's get the truth out there. In fact, you look at the polls right now, and more than 85% of Americans distrust their federal government. And this is the reason why. They're not interested in the truth. They're interested in pushing a political narrative. And one of the things that upset me the most about this is the number of death threats that within moments of them releasing this, that my office received, not just against me. Many of the Capitol Police are investigating right now, but my family, my staff members received death threats. They were so horrific, and our local police didn't have enough officers to actually place at my office. We had to shut our office down and put the phones on voicemail because of the threats that were coming into our staff members. And even, my local sheriff was increasing the patrols around our house. That's how significant these death threats were. And none of this was necessary. All of this could have been avoided, and I lay the blame to this at the feet of the January 6th committee for going to the press about their false allegations instead of talking to me individually and privately. And now, the people that toured that they claimed toured the Capitol, that came to my office, that met with me, went to lunch in the House office buildings, they're also afraid. If their names got out there, what kind of death threats would they receive? So there is a responsibility that this committee has to the safety and security of people, because this reckless behavior could cause someone to get seriously hurt.
Wow. So now, don't you think that maybe they're manipulating things? Don't you think they did that on purpose? I think they did. And it was, the whole point of it was not that they could prove anything that he did wrong, the point was to get it out on the news, to make it out like he's some kind of criminal or some kind of, doing something unscrupulous before they actually had him at the hearing. So he was tried in the media, and he was portrayed by what they released to the media rather than what actually is going to happen in the hearing. So guys, remember to like, share, subscribe, and I better hear some comments on this, because I want to talk back and forth to you guys down there in the comments about what's going on. All right, we'll see you on the next one.